Of course, I'm coming in hot again today with plenty of criticism, and we're starting with the ultimate proof that money can't buy intelligence, the MSI Claw. Intel Core Ultra 7, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and a very proud price tag. Most of you would call that a beast. Unfortunately, it's a thermal nightmare that proves MSI has no clue about handhelds. The worst part is you, the buyer. Anyone who drops $700 to watch Windows updates over dinner, then installs emulators that run on a calculator, has lost touch with reality. You're not buying a gaming device, you're buying a space heater with RGB lighting. Believing raw Intel horsepower can make up for unfinished software is peak arrogance. If you want comfort for your bad purchase, tune out. If you want to see how deep the swamp goes, stick around and subscribe before you waste money on the next paperweight. Let's move on to the crowd favorite, the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro. Dimensity 1100, 8 gigabytes of RAM, PS2 performance for $200. Sounds fair? It's comfort anesthesia. The 16:9 display is a technical middle finger to retro gaming. You're playing classics with massive black bars, while Android services quietly eat your data and your battery life in the background. The RP4 Pro is the perfect device for people who spend 50 hours setting up launchers but can't play for 5 minutes straight. It's the definition of mediocrity marketed as progress. If you want real nostalgia, you don't need touchscreen overlay hell. You need precision. And it's about to get even more absurd. This is where it gets psychological. The Anbernic RG556. A beautiful 5.48-inch OLED display. People are losing their minds. Finally, rich colors for my Super Nintendo games. Seriously? You're buying an OLED panel to emulate games designed for CRT televisions with scan lines? The RG556 is a placebo for spec fetishists. The T618 successor is powerful enough to make you think you own a high-end device, but the ergonomics are as soft as the marketing promises. You're holding an ergonomic disaster that exists mainly to make YouTube benchmarks look good. Anyone who believes an OLED screen can compensate for bad emulation and input lag never understood retro gaming. Now let's change perspective. Look at the Trimui Smart Pro, an all-winner A133P chip, often available for under $60. The specs are objectively bad. But that's exactly where the truth lies. The Trimui doesn't try to be a PC. It's a dedicated gaming machine with an interface that doesn't lie to you. It's a slap in the face to anyone who spent $300 on an Android handheld. Why? Because the Trimui shows you that 90% of what we actually play, GBA, PS1, arcade, doesn't need 8 cores. It's the device for people who want to play instead of comparing benchmarks. Those who spend more are often just buying the privilege of dealing with software bugs the Trimui doesn't even have. And at the end stands the final boss of industry lies, the Anbernic RG556 XSP, a clamshell designed for $60. No analog stick, no gimmicks. Just an H700 chip and the feeling that once defined gaming. While MSI and Ayaneo try to shove computers into your hands that they don't even understand themselves, the SP delivers exactly what we're looking for: focus. It shows that the entire $400 emulation wave is a house of cards built on marketing lies. You don't need a 1440 PTN display for pixel art. The SP is proof. Either you give in to hardware addiction and collect expensive junk, or you remember what it's really about. Write in the comments, do you have the courage to put down your $400 device and admit that this $60 clamshell handheld is more fun? Or do you still need to rationalize your bad purchase?